guys, I'm Lillian, aka Stitching Me on Instagram and here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find something of interest. Today is the 12th of September 2021 and it has been almost 2 weeks since my last Flosstube update. Now, normally I try to upload a Flosstube every week. But yeah, like I said last time, I went back to school, so I didn't have a lot of time to stitch, nor did I have some time to record. So I think 2 weeks is pretty reasonable and I am kind of proud of myself for uploading now. So yeah, I have 4 whips to show you. I did stitch on them all. There's not a lot of progress on every single one though. But yeah, and I also have a knitting whip. So let's get into that. What should I show you first? Perhaps Tiger. So this is Tiger. This is a chart that I got off Etsy. I am stitching him on 28 count Jobelin 2/2 full cross, called for DMCs. Yeah, I did 216 stitches since the last time you saw this. And if you are curious what kind of method I am using on every single one of my whips, since I use a different method on all of them, I have made a stitch with me on every single one of the whips, explaining my method. And this is where I'm at now. So 216 stitches. I am now done up to the 29th of September with my goal. And he is currently 41.47% done. I am working on this page, and according to the goal I set this year, when I finish this page I am done. But I have kind of made the decision that I want to try finishing this next year. Now that would be a lot of stitching. Well, like over 20,000 stitches. That is pretty doable, but this is very slow going because of it's a full cross. First of all, there's a lot of confetti, and also because I'm not very pleased by the coverage, I am doing some extra stitches to fill that up as I go. Yeah, so that's taking up a lot of time. So first goal is to finish this page, then we are done for the year. After that, if I have some time left and I have also finished my goals on the other pieces, I want to get to a point where I have 22,000 stitches left. That means that I have to do a little over like 2,500 stitches from this point the rest of the year. So when I finish this, probably like 1,500 more. So that is almost another page. That way I will be able to use this for my 22,000 stitches in 2022. So that is kind of my game plan for now. I am, by the way, doing my 21,000 stitches in 2021 on Motorhome Master, which I will show you in a second. Anything else I should say? No. No. Okay, next up is Twilight Bridge. This is Twilight Bridge. This is a Dimensions Gold Collection kit. I am stitching this on everything that came with the kit as well. So the 18 count HAEDs and all the called for flosses. Or well, the non-branded flosses that came in the kit. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I have done 167 stitches since we last saw it, and it is now done up to the 3rd of October. So that's the whole piece right now. My goal for this year is to finish this page. So we are up to date with that. Since you last saw this, I have finished this diagonal, probably from somewhere around here. So this is all new. And I also want to do some of the back stitching that is in here. So in all these 3 pieces, once I finish this page, and I will probably be able to do that this year too. Oh, all the needle minders are by me, by the way. They are on my Etsy shop. Link down below. Okay. Motorhome Master. Motorhome Master was my very first Heaven and Earth designs. This is Motorhome Master. This is artwork by David Penfound, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching this on a 28 count easy count Swigart fabric, 2/1 10th stitch, and I am stitching it extreme cross country, doing all the black first. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. It's starting to get hard to show. And since the last time you saw this, I have done 283 stitches. That's not a lot, but I had to frog some. So yeah, those 281 stitches were in here, mostly this patch and then a little bit down here. So that's new. So we are now, this is the bottom left corner, and we are now working our way across, and then it will be finished. Like all the 310. And after this, I am going to start with the color that has the least amount of stitches and work my way up to the one that has the most amount of stitches. That way, hopefully, most of the traveling in the back will be covered over. Also, so I'm currently trying to, my goal for this year is to finish 21,000 stitches in 310, and I made sure before the new year started that there were exactly 21,000 stitches of 310 left in this piece. So once I finish the 310, or the black if you will, I will have finished exactly 21,000 stitches in this year, all in one color. So that's, in my opinion, very satisfying. Alright. Oh, and he is now 6.81% done. Last but not least, the Spring Queen. So this is Spring Queen. She's artwork by Bridget Ashwood, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching her on 28 count easy count Swigart fabric 2, and I am also doing 2/1 10 stitch, but a totally different method. I am stitching her in blocks. Let me put away the threads. There we go. So this is where I'm up to. I have done a lot since you last saw this. I have done 699 stitches, and she is now 0.40% done. So yeah, that's basically all of these blocks, and then 2 in the last diagonal. And I found out I am missing a color. Where is it? Yeah, it's in here, if you can see. That missing stitch, that's a color that I don't have. And I was kind of convinced when I was prepping for this new start, I kind of made sure that I would at least get every color that was in this page. And after that, I picked some more colors that had a large amount of stitches. So I knew there were a few colors missing, but they were not in this page, at least up to my knowledge. But there are, so that's annoying. So I went through the floss list and my master set box that I have, and I wrote down all of the flosses that I don't have yet. And I will order them once I have some money. Also because I want to fill my master set box. I don't need all of those colors yet, of course. But yeah, it's going to save me shipping if I order them all at once. And I also want to fill my box because there are a lot of parts in the box where the tiny box is like not filled completely. So when I turn it over to the other side, the bobbins get out of order. So that's annoying. And I'm not going to put like two parts together to make it full and have one empty, because I put everything in there in a way that if I were to fill it up with the missing flosses, it will be evenly distributed, if you understand what I mean. So everything is in the final spot where it needs to be, if you can understand. Now with Spring Queen, I didn't have a goal for this year's set, of course, because I started it this year. I do want to put a goal for it next year, obviously. And I've been thinking about that. Like, I want to get it to a 5% mark, but I don't know if that's going to be too much, because that's like 18,000 stitches, and I'm going to have some big goals on my other ones as well. And it's pretty slow going with this method, which I'm fine with because I like the method, and that's another reason why you have so many different methods. Like, I like everything, but I also have a mixture of when I have a method that I really like that's very artistic, like Spring Queen, but it's very slow going. And then I also have a method like Motorhome Master that is very fast, so I don't get frustrated too much by having one method, if you will. But yeah, so ideally I would like to get it up to 5%, but that's probably not going to be my first goal. That's just not realistic, I believe, so we will see. Yeah, those were my stitching whips. If you were here only for the stitching, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. I have one more knitting whip to show you, and I also am going to discuss some plans that I might have for the channel. Get into that later. First, I worked on this sock, so I have one finished. This is a sock that I knitted for my mom. It's very hard to see the structure, like the texture, because it's all black, but yeah, it's just a regular sock, nothing fancy. Yeah, so that's it. And I have these thingies on there. Just, wow, my head just stopped working right there. Just to keep count of the amount of rounds that I have done, so I don't have to count it every time that I want to check. And what I've done is I worked on this. And I have finished the ribbing, and I've done like 2 rounds of the stockinette. And obviously this is not going to be enough. So I thought I didn't know anymore what kind of yarn I had because I threw away the label. But I found a picture on my phone that I took of the yarn when I bought it. So I can get some more. That's great. Okay, that was the last whip. Now, some stuff that I wanted to discuss with you. So obviously I am now living in 2 places. I have my apartment, like tiny apartment in Leeuwarden where I study. As well as living with my parents in the weekends where I am now. And I want to record in this particular place because of the fox. That is basically my branding. So, and also because this is just convenient. I know how to record here and I'm used to the setup. So this is where I want to record. But that means that every time I work on something in Leeuwarden, I have to take it back here to show it to you, then take it back there to stitch on it. And that like every week. So that's not going to work. I did it for this week because I didn't know what else to do. But what I have been thinking about doing is starting to do it more like vlog style, so that way I don't have to travel with my stitching. So then there are 2 options. Either I am going to do everything vlog style, so I would only like do an intro sitting here, and then I would go to my clips that I took along the week, or I will do my regular Flosstube setup like I'm doing now, with the whips that I have here, and then insert the clips for my vlogs of my stitching back in Leeuwarden, and then afterwards I can continue with whatever else I have to say, or like my plant updates that I will probably do in the end of this video as well. So yeah, either going to do vlog style everything, or vlog style with only the stuff that's in Leeuwarden and the regular Flosstube update with the stuff that's in here. And that last option is what I'm gravitating towards currently, because I barely spend any time in Leeuwarden because most of the classes are online, so I can do them from here. So perhaps there's not going to be a lot of stitching there anyway. And I have the most time in the weekends as well. So yeah, that's what I'm gravitating towards. But let me know if you would rather see, like, if I'm going to do vlog style, like do it all vlog style so it's uniform. Let me know what you guys would think you would like to see best. And I will just do it that way. Yeah, so that's going to be my solution for not wanting to travel with all the stitching all the time. Also having the risk of people like snatching my bag, or me forgetting it in the train, or like my tube for Motorhome Master is too long to fit in my bag, so it sticks out a little. Like, what if some kid decides to rip it out of my bag and I don't notice it? That's just a fear of mine. So I preferably don't travel with my stitching, unless it's like travel stitching that fits within the one bag that I have, so I don't have to take a separate bag. But I currently don't have any small whips, but I do want to get small whips, which brings me to my other topic. which is my video plans. There are some Flosstube extras coming up. I don't know when yet, but I have some plans. First is my possible new start. So I want to make a video containing all of my dreams, like all the projects that I want to do someday or might do someday. So that is coming up. But I do have to do some preparing, of course, because I have to, I know I want to do some smalls, but for the video I want to pick out some of the smalls. Because I haven't really looked into that yet. So I have to do some preparing, but I will upload a new start video. Also, I'm going to do an apartment tour. I brought up that idea in my Stitch With Me's. I believe I have not mentioned it in my Flosstubes, but in my Stitch With Me's. And I got a few comments saying they would really like to see a apartment tour, so I'm going to do that. I am, however, still arranging and decorating and shaping my apartment. So once that's done and I feel like it's showable, I will do a apartment tour. Now don't expect a huge video because it's a very, very tiny apartment. It's like 17 to 19 square meters. So it's tiny, but it does do the job, and I am very happy with my place there because I don't have to think of any other students living in the same space. I can just do my own stuff and that's fine. So yeah, apartment tour and new starts video coming up. Don't know when yet, might be a few more weeks, but we will see. That is all I wanted to talk about. I am also going to show you my plants, so my vegetable garden as well as my house plants. Yeah, let's do that, shall we? See you outside. Okay, so here we are outside. We have been eating through that patch of carrots, and they are very delicious. However, I think I sown them in too deep because you can't see any heads, so it's very hard to determine the size of the carrot. So I just pull everything out, and sometimes I pull out even these tiny ones. So maybe next time I will sow them in a little bit more to the surface. Hopefully I can that way only harvest the ones that are ready and leave the ones that need a little bit more time. Yeah, that is noted for next year. That patch is doing great, and the strawberries are also doing great. I gave them some feed, and as you can see there is tons and tons of new leaves, and they are also setting a bit more fruit. So yeah, they are doing great. However, I have not gotten any runners yet, and that's as far as I know, supposed to be a big thing. They produce runners like crazy, and I kind of looked forward to getting those runners so that I can create more plants and maybe sell them or something. So if you know why, any reasons why they might not be able to produce runners, let me know. Also, as you can compare this patch with this patch, the most right plant is a little bit more less full, and I did notice some lice. Now they they seem to be gone now that these are only feces. This is not live lice. Where did they go? Maybe they died. That would be nice. So that I don't have to treat the plant. But yeah, I was going to treat that. I will keep an eye on it. So yeah, this is doing great. I did plant 3 more lettuce plants in the back. There are 3. They do look a little bit sad. yeah, they have been like eaten a little bit by, I believe, snails. I did put some like organic anti-snail pellets thingies around here, so the snails are a little bit less. But they are still being eaten. We will see what happens. I did learn my lesson, however, with planting way too many lettuce and way too many radishes. So I only put in like 3 lettuce plants now, and we will see what we get. I also sown in some radish here, and I did not have any snails eat these before. So I didn't expect any damage. However, as you can see, these are being eaten quite badly. Yeah, I will treat once more with some snail pellets. You can do that every week, up to 4 times a year, if I remember correctly, so I will be able to do so. And we will see if that helps. I'll just let it go for now. There's nothing else I can really do about it. So going around the corner, here's my cabbage. Now, same thing here. As you can see, there is way less damage, but there still is some damage. And the annoying thing is, they don't eat an entire leaf and then move on to the next one. They just eat tiny bites out of the entire leaf and on every leaf on the plant. So it's very annoying. But yeah, if there's only a few holes, I'm still going to consume the leaf. Then I will just wash everything and still eat it, but I would rather see like no damage. So same goes for these cabbages. They are starting to form their heads, so that is very exciting. I will treat these with anti-snail stuff too. And yes, I do need to weed this. I am going to weed this hopefully next week. Same thing goes for this patch. These carrots are looking a little bit less flourished, a little bit more sad. But yeah, once we get through that left patch that I just showed you, I will start harvesting these, and I don't expect a lot from this because this is not really great soil. But on the other hand, they also don't need a lot of food, so we will see. And these are radishes that I let go to seed, and some of them are starting to dry up, so that's exciting. Like these, I can start to feel the especially on this one, I can start to feel these seeds coming loose from their shell. So that's exciting. I will just let this completely die down, and then I will harvest the seeds. And I don't know, maybe, like, would you like to see me harvesting these seeds? Maybe I can record that for you. Yeah, so that's my vegetable garden. I will now go inside to show you my houseplants. So here we are with the herbs. They are doing fine. This, well, it's fine, like, but I feel like the leaves are dying off, but then there's also new stuff coming in. Do I need to put more food in this? Like, I don't know. Like, the plants are still healthy, like there's lots of new growth. But then also, at the same rate, the old leaves are dying off, so it's not becoming a bigger plant. Yeah, I would like to see this become more bushy. The basil, on the other hand, is doing great. Now it does look a little bit empty because I harvested from it like yesterday and today. Therefore it's a little bit empty. But it is doing amazing. I am getting lots of produce from this. And the thyme is also doing fine. I can harvest from this. But I, for now, don't really have anything to harvest for which I would need thyme. But when I need it, I will harvest it, and that will promote more growth. So that's doing great. And here we are upstairs. Yeah, well, shall we start? So these are my monsteras. And last time you saw there were a lot of new leaves coming in. Very proud of this one, look at it, it's beautiful. This one too. There's not a lot of splits, and that's weird because the last one on that plant did have a lot of splits, but it's probably fine. I am going to feed it like next month too, so if it's because of it needs feed, there will be next month. So, and I did also like trim off a lot of the older leaves. Like almost every plant I took off an old leaf, so that it becomes more just the bigger leaves instead of all of these tiny ones in the bottom. If you like that, it's fine, just I don't. I like to work towards having only splitted leaves. That's what I'm trying to get to. Same goes for this one. I took off an old leaf in the bottom. And we have this one that's left to take off before we only have splitted leaves. Now, as you can see, this is technically splitted too, but it's not supposed to be there and it's damaged, so I kind of want to get it off. This one too, I took off an old leaf, and from now on I will, like once it produces the next leaf, I will either take that one off, since that is the oldest leaf, but I also might just take that one off because it's damaged. So, you'll see. In here we have my Christmas cactuses. They look a little sad because they need water. I will water them today, but there is lots of new growth coming in, and it's very exciting. Yeah, I really like this. They're growing great, and I did not expect this to happen. They were looking the same for months, so I was like, is this even alive? But it was still green, so I let it go. And now it's growing like crazy, so love it. This one seems a little sad. It has some rotting leaves in the center, so I feel like it might be dying, but I have enough, so that's great. These are also doing great. Like these, the weird thing is these are a lot more secure. They have a nice root system as far as I can feel from up top. But these are growing. Like these are, since they are starting to get closer together, I can tell they are growing, but these are a lot more loose. So I feel like where did the roots go? But yeah, I might like repot this somewhere like after winter or something. I need to do some research on when I can repot those. Now, this one is starting to get leggy. If it's a lack of light, that would be weird since the other ones are not showing those signs. It's just that one. But I also don't really mind. I don't really mind this look, so I'll just let it go and see what happens, learn from the experience. And then these are also doing fine. They are like letting go of the original red leaves. I originally thought these were like red only plants, since if you can see, like these leaves are only red, and the entire plants when I got them were red. So I don't know if the other leaves are going to turn red, maybe in winter, I don't know. We will see. But I am thinking of taking off like the tops and letting those root and then putting them back in so it becomes more bushy. But I also, if I do that, want to take that one out. Yeah, I've not decided on that yet. And then up here we have my coleus plants. I did give away my smaller pots. But yeah, start with the mother plants. This one is letting go of the leaves again. So weird. I don't know why it does that. This is like the third time, and first was I thought that it might be a lack of water, but it can't be because I now fixed that. And this one is also like not doing that. So why? And my like the cuttings are also not doing it, so it's weird. But yeah. Mother plants doing fine. Like, I'm not worried about this anymore because I've seen it before and it came back completely. So it's just a weird plant. And then these are some cuttings that I took from those mother plants. This is 3 plants in one pot and this is 4 plants in one pot. And I pruned it, so it's now hopefully becoming more bushy. And I will let this grow a little bit, and then I feel like maybe trying to put these up on like Marktplaats. That's a Dutch site where as a citizen you can just try selling some of your stuff for a few bucks and see if anyone is interested. If this sells, you guys, like I can get so many cuttings from these. That would be amazing. So I will let them get a little bit bigger. So they are getting there, but I want them to be like, so the pot is not as obvious. And if that happens, I will put them up and see what happens. Very curious to see that. Now, if you notice, the Pelia is gone. That one is not dead, at least yet. It is in Leeuwarden. And all the plants that I've had there before died. And I feel like it's because of the lack of light. But I also feel like this is about the same amount of light that I had there. So that's kind of weird because all of this is surviving. Yeah, we will see. But yeah, so if you remember, there was some fungus on the soil. And I put cinnamon on there because it helped me before tremendously with the seedlings I was starting. The fungus disappeared within a day on those. But with this, it's just keeping on going. It doesn't it doesn't really seem to affect the plants that much, but I don't really want it there. So now I took it to Leeuwarden. But I also, like, it's just the one plant that I really needed to be here because I want to repot it. So that's annoying, but yeah, one day I will take it back and repot it with some new soil and hope that the fungus stays away. Good thing about it being there is that it cannot affect the other plants with the fungus, so that's nice. I guess that's all of my plants. So thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you next time. Happy stitching. Bye guys.